What if I told you that you could sleep soundly just by gently tapping 3 points on your body? What would you think? No full body massage, no deep meditation, no strange drinks before bed. Just gentle tapping in the right place, the right way, at the right time. Don't worry, you don't have to imagine anything sensitive like back in your 20s. No one is telling you to tap someone's back or touch anywhere that would make your grandkids blush. These 3 points are completely respectful, trustworthy, and located right on your face and the back of your neck. Your forehead, where all your daily thoughts gather. Your temples, where unheard sighs are stored. The back of your neck, where a lifetime of tension quietly settles. Just a few light taps as if you're gently lulling yourself to sleep. The same way you once patted your grandchild's back to help them drift off after a nighttime bottle. And strangely, it's those small movements that hold great power. They calm the nervous system, trigger your body's natural sleep hormones, and guide you back into the relaxed state where sleep used to come as easily as a warm blanket on a cold winter night. Do you think it sounds too simple to be real? I used to think that too. But when hundreds, then thousands of seniors from California to Tokyo began practicing this each night and woke up with clearer eyes, lighter minds, and a calmer spirit, maybe it's time we gave our bodies another chance to rediscover something old, a true night's sleep. Because insomnia for the young is just an inconvenience. But for seniors, it's a loss. A loss of recovery, a loss of morning clarity, a loss of confidence. When memory fades, energy drops, and every night becomes a quiet battle between the ticking clock and tired eyes. Are you going through something like this, lying in bed for hours unable to fall asleep? Or sleeping lightly, waking up in the middle of the night, then staring at the clock at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., or waking up after 7 hours in bed, but your head still feels heavy, your limbs weak, and you don't feel like doing anything? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And you don't have to accept it as just part of growing old. Today I'll guide you through the full method of tapping 3 specific points, along with 3 gentle evening habits, to help bring your body back to deep natural sleep without relying on medication. And I'll explain why older adults lose the ability to self-soothe into sleep, why these particular points deeply affect the nervous system, and what happens inside your body just minutes after proper tapping. But before we begin, if you've ever felt helpless from not being able to sleep, or simply wished for a night of peaceful rest like you used to have, please leave a comment such as "I deserve restful sleep every night," or "I'm learning to trust my body again." And if you find this content helpful, please like and subscribe, because we'll continue sharing simple, gentle, and effective guidance to help you stay healthy, sleep well, and no longer depend on sleeping pills every night. Before I explain why older adults experience insomnia and how these 3 tapping techniques work, I want to share a story with you about the sleepless nights of a woman named Marjorie. Let's listen together. Marjorie lives alone in a small wooden house on the outskirts of Bear, Vermont. The old tin roof creaks whenever the wind blows. She used to be a high school English teacher for 34 years and retired at 67. Her husband passed away 12 years ago. Her children live far away, each in a different state. Marjorie's mornings began with a cup of peppermint tea, a few lines in her journal, and a view of the forest behind her house, where squirrels danced through the trees. Each afternoon brought a walk around town past the old bookstore, the corner grocery, and the little church whose bell rang steadily at 5 o'clock. Life seemed peaceful until Marjorie began waking up in the middle of the night, again and again, for no clear reason. At first she thought it was just aging. Everyone sleeps less as they get older, she figured. But waking up at 2:13, then 3:07, then lying there until sunrise, it made her uneasy. Some nights she could hear every tick of the clock, the wind slipping through the cracks in the door, and the pounding of her own heart. She'd wake up exhausted, her head heavy, her chest tight as if something was weighing her down from within. Marjorie tried chamomile tea. It didn't help. She tried lavender oil and ocean sounds, still awake. One night she placed a chair by the fireplace and read Robert Frost's poems. The poetry was beautiful, but sleep never came. Friends suggested sleeping pills, but she feared dependency. I can't need medicine just to fall asleep, she thought. Over time, Marjorie began to fear nightfall. Each time the sun dipped behind the hills, a vague anxiety crept in. The more she tried to sleep, the more alert her mind became. Some nights she cried not for any particular reason, just from the sense of drifting further away from herself. She wrote in her journal, "Another night awake again," like a lamp still burning in a house no one visits. On Monday morning, she received a call from Annabelle, a former student. Annabelle invited her to a community health talk at the local library. They met again. Annabelle was now a nurse. When Marjorie shared her struggle with insomnia, Annabelle smiled kindly and asked, "Have you ever tried tapping 3 points on your body before bed?" Sounds strange, I know, but a lot of older adults have really found comfort in it. That night, Marjorie gave it a try. She gently tapped her forehead, the place Annabelle said held all the day's thoughts. She followed the 4-2-6 breathing rhythm. Next, she tapped both temples where Annabelle said hidden sighs lived. Finally, she tapped the back of her neck, the place that carried life's burdens. She did it softly, following the rhythm of an old lullaby. But even after an hour, she was still awake. Though disappointed, Marjorie didn't give up. She tried again the next night. This time she added a cup of warm honey water. Turned off the lights early. No phone. She placed her hand on her forehead and breathed. Something inside her softened, like the way she used to rest her hand on her daughter's forehead when she had a fever. She began keeping notes each night, start time, her mood, and how well she slept. 3 nights later, she slept 4 hours straight without waking up. The first time in months. She cried tears of relief. "Maybe I can still learn how to sleep," she wrote. The next week, she started falling asleep by 10 p.m. and waking at 5, no interruptions. No dreams, no anxiety. Each morning, she tidied up, opened the windows, and made tea. Sunlight poured into the kitchen. And slowly, Marjorie began to fall in love with her mornings again, something she once merely endured. Marjorie started writing in her journal again. Not just the sad things, but also the small changes. "Tonight, my hand felt warmer when I placed it on my forehead. I could feel my heartbeat slow down." She called Annabelle. "You've helped me relearn how to care for myself with my own hands," she said. Marjorie realized sleep doesn't come from pills, tricks, or time. It comes when the body is listened to, soothed, and given permission to rest. Sleep is the reward of patience, of being gentle with yourself. She wrote a letter to the town senior club. "If you're lying awake at night, you're not alone. I've been there too. But maybe if you place your hand on your forehead, close your eyes, and gently tap, like you once soothed your grandbaby, you might find not only will sleep return, but a part of your youth may return with it." So why does sleep become harder as we get older? There's something strange that many people don't realize. Sleep used to come so easily to us. As a child, you just had to lie down, no thinking, and you'd sleep straight through till morning. In your 20s, even with schoolwork, love, or stress, you still manage to fall asleep when tired. But then sometime after 60, it changes. You lie awake for hours. You wake up in the middle of the night and can't fall back asleep. Or you open your eyes in the early morning, knowing you've been in bed all night, but it doesn't feel like you truly slept. Why is that? It's not because you're weak. It's because your body is changing. According to research from the Mayo Clinic and the National Sleep Foundation, seniors often experience sleep issues not because they lack time in bed, but because they gradually lose the ability to naturally fall into deep restorative sleep. Here are the scientific reasons that explain it clearly. 1. Decreased melatonin production, your natural sleep hormone. Melatonin is the hormone that signals your body it's time to rest. When you were younger, your body produced plenty of it, like a gentle chime ringing in your brain each night. Time to sleep. However, after age 60, melatonin levels drop significantly. Your body no longer receives the same clear signals to wind down. You might lie in bed at the right time, but the feeling of drowsiness doesn't come, or it comes faintly and then slips away. 2. The sympathetic nervous system stays active all night. Normally during the day, our bodies stay in a ready-to-respond state thanks to the sympathetic nervous system. By nighttime, the parasympathetic system should take over, helping us relax, digest, and recover. But as we age, the sympathetic system often refuses to switch off, keeping the body in a constant state of low-level tension, even without a clear reason. Your heart beats faster. Your hands and feet struggle to relax. Thoughts keep circling in your head, refusing to quiet down. 3. Your natural circadian rhythm becomes disrupted. You used to be a morning person. Now you find yourself wide awake at 2 a.m., and dozing off in the late afternoon. That's because your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, no longer syncs properly with light time or daily habits as it used to. As a result, your body begins to sleep at the wrong times, and every sleep becomes fragile, thin as tissue paper. 4. Anxiety, chronic health conditions, and medications all put invisible pressure on your sleep. You worry about your blood pressure. You worry whether you remembered your medications. You wonder if your kids or grandkids will call today. You worry whether your mind will stay sharp if this keeps happening. All those small worries layered night after night turn sleep into a battlefield. Your body lies in bed, but your mind runs everywhere. 5. A lack of sleep signals like you once had. When you were still working, you had a clear schedule. When your kids were young, you went to bed early to get them to school in the morning. But now no one is forcing bedtime on you. You might stay up for another episode, scroll your phone, or read the news late into the night. And your body, already low on melatonin, becomes even more unsure about when to stop being alert. All of this creates a quiet truth that many seniors accept as normal. Sleeping less is just part of aging. But what's the truth? It's not that we sleep less, it's that we're not sleeping the right way. Insomnia isn't inevitable. We just haven't yet learned how to support our bodies in this stage of life. That's why simple, natural, drug-free methods like gently tapping 3 points in the right area with the right rhythm and proper breathing can have surprising effects. They activate the parasympathetic nervous system, helping the body deeply relax. They stimulate natural melatonin production. And most importantly, they signal the brain that it's time to rest. In the next section, I'll walk you through the first point in detail: the center of the forehead, the place that holds all unresolved thoughts. You'll learn how to tap correctly, match your breathing, and understand what's actually happening inside your brain as you perform this seemingly simple act. Tapping the center of the forehead to release sleep-disturbing thoughts. Have you ever laid in bed, unable to quiet your mind? Have you closed your eyes yet? Images kept flashing through your thoughts. Yesterday's worries, tomorrow's plans, old memories you thought you'd forgotten. It's possible that you're carrying the weight of the entire world, right in the center of your forehead. Why does tapping this area help you sleep? Right at the center of your forehead, just above the space between your eyebrows, lies a special spot. In traditional medicine, it's known as yin tang, also called the calm mind point, used to ease insomnia, anxiety, and light headaches. In modern neuroscience, this area is part of the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for thought, decision-making, emotion, and stress. When you struggle to sleep, this part of your brain is often still lit up, even though your body has already gone to bed. Your brain at night doesn't always switch off. In younger people, when bedtime comes, the prefrontal cortex naturally slows down, helping the mind settle. But after age 60, this ability fades. The forehead remains active, still thinking through the unfinished tasks of the day, still worrying about family health tomorrow. This activity prevents your body from truly relaxing, and sleep can't begin. That's when gentle tapping comes in. When you use your index or middle finger to softly tap the center of your forehead, you're not just touching your skin. You're sending a direct message to your central nervous system. It's over. It's time to rest. How to tap properly. Sit or lie down comfortably. Keep your back straight and shoulders relaxed. Use your dominant hand. Place your middle or index finger on the center of your forehead, about 1 to 1.5 inches above the eyebrows. Begin tapping gently, slow, and steady, like the ticking of a clock. No need to tap hard, just enough to feel a light vibration on the skin. Duration about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Combine with deep breathing. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale through the mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat 3 to 4 breathing cycles while tapping. You may close your eyes to better feel the calm settling in your mind. What results might you feel? After a few taps, you may feel your eyelids grow heavier. Your thoughts begin to slow down. The mental noise starts to quiet. Your heart rate becomes more steady. Your breathing deepens. And if you do this consistently every night, your body will develop a conditioned reflex where tapping alone triggers drowsiness. Here's a small image to help you remember this technique. Imagine you're closing the notebook of your day. Tapping the center of your forehead is like gently folding up your notes, quietly telling yourself, "That's enough for today. Let's think about it tomorrow," and setting it aside so your mind can rest. You don't have to believe it from the very first night, but if you keep at it, your body will relearn how to rest naturally. In the next section, we'll move to the second point, the temples, often overlooked, yet a central hub for nervous tension and cerebral circulation. We'll learn how to gently tap both sides of the head to guide the mind into a state of calm release before sleep. Tapping the temples, releasing tension in a quiet night. Have you ever felt like your head was heavy in the evening, even if you didn't do anything exhausting? Have you ever woken in the middle of the night, not in pain, but with an odd pressure between your forehead and temples? You're not alone. Many older adults, especially after age 60, begin to experience tightness and fatigue in the forehead temple eye area, especially after mentally demanding days or nights of poor sleep. The temples, a forgotten zone that never stops working. The temples sit on either side of your forehead, just behind the eyes and extending toward the top of your ears. This area holds a dense network of nerves and tiny blood vessels, closely connected to the central nervous system. Brainstem blood circulation to the brain, reflex points related to anxiety, tension, and alertness. In other words, this is where a great deal of stress builds up without you even realizing it. Why does tapping the temples help you sleep better? Throughout the day, your brain processes hundreds of streams of information. Even if you're retired and no longer working, your brain doesn't stop listening to news and sometimes bad news. Thinking about loved ones, illness medications, remembering appointments, meals, and sometimes on just thinking without direction endlessly. All that activity puts pressure not just on the forehead, but also across both temples. Tapping your temples helps your body ease blood vessel tension, relax facial muscles, reduce blood pressure in the brain, encourage a calm, steady flow of circulation like a gentle nighttime stream. How to do it properly. Position, sit, or lie down comfortably. Relax your neck and shoulders. Close your eyes to deepen awareness. Locate the spot. Place the tips of your index or middle fingers on both temples. The temples lie between the outer corners of your eyes and the tops of your ears. Tapping technique. Use your fingertips to tap very gently, just enough to create a faint vibration on the skin. Keep the rhythm slow and steady like a resting heartbeat. Duration about 40 to 60 seconds. Both hands should tap simultaneously. 4. Add deep breathing. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds. Exhale through the mouth for 5 to 6 seconds. Continue this rhythm throughout the tapping process. What should you feel? A lightness in your head as if something is letting go. Eye tension gradually easing. Thoughts beginning to blur and drift. A strange but peaceful sensation, like someone just removed an invisible band wrapped around your forehead. Here's a simple image to help you remember. Imagine you're knocking on the door of a quiet room where your mind is sitting alone inside. Tapping your temples is like gently knocking not to enter, but to whisper, "You can come out now. You don't have to stay in there all night. It's time to rest." Medical note. According to the Netherlands Institute for Sleep Science, gently tapping the temples, combined with deep breathing, may increase alpha and theta brainwaves, two types of waves associated with deep relaxation and sleep onset, reduce heart rate and stabilize nighttime blood pressure, support serotonin, melatonin conversion, two hormones essential for natural sleep. You don't need to believe it right away. Just try. Just repeat it for 3 nights in a row, like a gentle reminder to your body. In the next section, we'll move to the back of the neck, where the burdens of many years often gather, and where with just the right touch, your body can finally let go, rest, and begin to heal. Tapping the back of the neck, releasing a lifetime of built-up tension. Have you ever wondered, why does sitting for just a little while make your neck and shoulders ache? Why do you feel head pressure, neck stiffness, and sleeplessness, even if your mind isn't overly busy? The answer lies in a small, yet incredibly important area, the base of the neck where your spine connects to the skull. Sadly, this is also the area where many older adults carry their quietest, longest-lasting fatigue, night after night, morning after morning, for years. The back of the neck, the knot of fatigue. Try placing your hand on the back of your neck, right in the soft dip where the neck curves down. You may notice a slight tightness, coolness, or numbness, even a slight ache from just gentle pressure. This region is home to branches of the cervical nerves, blood vessels that supply the brain, reflex points for blood pressure balance and stress hormone regulation. Whenever you worry, push through pain, hold a bad posture, or simply carry too much in life, those emotions don't just disappear. They settle in the back of your neck like a thick layer of dust. And over time, that dust makes deep sleep impossible, even when your body is tired and your eyes are closed. Tapping the back of the neck, like flipping the release switch, unlike tapping the forehead to pause thoughts or tapping the temples to soothe blood flow, tapping the back of the neck tells the body it's time to set down the weight. Shaolin monks call this the rest point, while neuro recovery specialists refer to it as the sympathetic axis control zone, a place where the entire nervous system can cool down with just the right touch. How to do it? Position. Sit in a high back chair or lie down on a bed. Gently tilt your head forward. Let your neck relax, shoulders down, no tension. 2. Placement. Use 3 fingers, middle ring, and pinky of both hands. Place them at the base of your skull, where the neck meets the head along the hairline in the back 3. Tapping technique. Gently tap in an arc from left to right as if drawing a small bridge across the back of your head. Keep the rhythm slow and steady, not fast, not strong. Duration about 60 to 90 seconds for. Combine with deep breathing. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds. Exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. While exhaling, imagine all tension flowing down your shoulders and falling away from your body. What will you feel? At first, you may just feel a gentle warmth rising in your neck. Then suddenly your shoulders feel lighter. Your breathing becomes steadier, and sometimes you might feel a soft fog settling over your awareness, leading you into a peaceful, sleepy state. A visual to help you remember. Imagine your neck as a coat hook. Throughout the day, you've hung many things there: a jacket of worry, a scarf of memories, a hat of responsibility. And each night, when you gently tap the back of your neck, it's like taking off each item, giving that little hook the emptiness it needs to rest. What does science say according to the Cleveland Clinic? The back of the neck contains several nerve centers that activate physiological recovery, the state where the body begins to produce melatonin and stops releasing cortisol. A study at the Tokyo Sleep Center showed seniors who received gentle neck tapping for 2 weeks experienced significant improvement in sleep quality, 38% fewer nighttime awakenings, and nearly a 25% increase in deep sleep time. You don't have to try too hard. Just stay consistent every night before lying down. Sometimes all it takes is one gentle gesture to help you sleep like a child who set down their schoolwork and finally let go. Now you've learned all 3 tapping points: forehead, temples, and back of the neck. In the next section, we'll add 3 small bedtime habits to help the tapping method work even better and help you fall asleep more easily. Sleep more deeply. Avoid waking up during the night. Small habits before bed to welcome natural sleep back. You've already learned how to use the 3-point tapping method to guide your body toward rest. But for sleep to truly come deep, steady, and soothing, you need to offer it the right environment. Like a child's sleep cannot arrive in noise, harsh light, or a cluttered mind. And your body, even in old age, still longs to be gently prepared with calm, loving habits. Here are 3 simple bedtime habits, easy to follow, soft in nature, and designed to support the tapping method so your body can sleep naturally without medication. Habit 1. Drink a warm cup of honey water. 30 minutes before bed, a cup of warm water with a teaspoon of raw honey is a beloved bedtime ritual in Japan and parts of Northern Europe, not to cure illness, but simply to sleep well. Why it works: warm water soothes the digestive system and stabilizes your body's rhythm. Honey provides a gentle dose of glucose, encouraging the brain to produce serotonin, which then converts to melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. It helps maintain stable blood sugar through the night, reducing nighttime awakenings due to minor blood sugar drops. How to do it: 1 cup of warm water, about 150-200 milliliters, 1 teaspoon of raw, not overly sweet honey. Stir gently, sip slowly, no rushing drink. 30 minutes before bedtime, a gentle image. A cup of honey water is like a warm hand at the end of the day, quietly reminding your body, today is enough. You can rest now. Habit 2. Turn off electronic devices 60 minutes before bed. TVs, phones, tablets all emit blue light. This type of light mimics daylight, fooling your brain into thinking it's still daytime and that there's still more to do. As a result, melatonin production is delayed even if you feel sleepy. Why it matters. According to the National Sleep Foundation, turning off screens 1 hour before bedtime can increase deep sleep time by up to 40%. It gives your brain a break from processing information, especially stressful news or content. How to do it. Set a phone break alarm for 8:30 or 9:00 p.m. Turn off the TV, phone, and any blue LED lights. Replace them with reading a physical book, listening to soft music, writing a few lines of gratitude in a journal. A calming image. It's like closing up shop after a long, busy day. When you turn off your phone, you're also turning off the lights inside your mind, giving it permission to rest. Habit 3. 5-minute breathing meditation. To bring your mind back to the present, you don't need to sit cross-legged or chant anything. Just sit quietly, close your eyes, and breathe the right way for just 5 minutes. Many older adults say this becomes the lightest moment of their day, a time when they don't have to remember anything, don't have to think, just breathe. Benefits. Activates alpha and theta, brain waves, those that appear just before deep sleep, helps disconnect from anxiety, past memories, and future worries. Resets your natural nervous system balance. How to do it. Sit back against a chair or headboard. Close your eyes, place your hand on your belly. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Feel the gentle rise and fall in your belly. Repeat for 10 breath cycles or about 5 minutes. A soothing image. Each exhale is like releasing a leaf into the wind, and you just sit breathing until your mind settles like a still lake. Combine everything and double the benefits. Imagine your evenings becoming a gentle bedtime ritual. Turn off your phone, make a cup of warm honey water, sit quietly and breathe for 5 minutes. Tap your forehead, temples, and the back of your neck. Get into bed, pull up the covers, and don't force yourself to sleep. You won't see a miracle in one night. But after 7 nights, you may notice fewer awakenings during the night, easier time fall back asleep, waking up feeling like you actually slept in the final section. I'll summarize the entire method, how to track your progress, and leave you with a gentle reminder. Recovery doesn't come from magic, but from patience, gentleness, and loving your body each night. Sleep comes from love, not force. Maybe you've already tried everything. Sleeping pills, meditation music, expensive pillows, medical mattresses, air purifiers, counting sheep until 2 a.m. With your eyes still wide open, and maybe you started to believe sleep just gets worse with age. But today, perhaps, you've heard something new. A simple method, no cost, no side effects, no outside help. Just 3 tapping points, 3 deep breaths, and 3 tiny habits. And strangely, if you practice them with patience, consistency, and kindness, sleep will no longer avoid you. To summarize, all you need is 1. Tap 3 key points. Forehead, to quiet the mind temples, to ease head pressure. Back of the neck, to release physical tension. Do 3 gentle habits each night. Drink warm honey water. Turn off your phone and blue lights. Practice 5 minutes of breathing meditation. It only takes 10-15 minutes each evening, but it can bring you hours of deep rest in a morning where you feel truly light, clear, and refreshed. This is not a trick. It's the art of caring for yourself. It doesn't ask you to be perfect, just to give your body a chance. 1 try, then another, and you'll see you are the one creating the change, not anyone else. Leave a comment below this video. I'm choosing to reclaim my sleep. Or tonight I'll start tapping my forehead and breathing slowly. No need to write much, just begin a new journey. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone you love who struggles with sleep. Hit like so the algorithm can spread good things. Subscribe to Senior Health Table because every week we'll bring you gentle, natural, and truly effective ways to care for your health in this golden chapter of life. And finally, remember, good sleep isn't magic. It's the result of gentle habits repeated long enough. You don't have to do everything at once. Just begin tonight with 1 small action, tap your forehead and breathe slowly. And who knows, you might just smile in your sleep like a child again, free of worry, held in the warmth of your blankets as a new morning, full of sunlight, waits quietly for you.